Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As I talked about title today's video, here to ask, is a high pass accuracy rating worth it in NBA 2K23? So, in today's video we have two different cut-ups, actually technically three. There's two different cut-ups of my 92 pass accuracy build that you can see on display right now, and then we'll also have one from the beginning of the year of me on an 85 pass accuracy build, and we're going to compare and contrast, and then also discuss, are they both worth potentially that threshold that a lot of people talk about, between 75 to 80. A ton of people really love and value that 75 to 80 range, where it's going to be the acceptable range, quote unquote, right? But whether you want to believe it or not, there is levels to this elite pass accuracy rating right here. So as you can see, whipping these passes to the corner off maybe what we would call, and obviously as you can see, like on this one, the defender's like actually not even playing, like this guy's just leaving, they send two over here, and then as you can see, I just kind of make a little read right here. But in Pro-Am terms, we call this like a triangle rotation, or in some cases, maybe it could be stack if, let's say, I had another wing right here. Long story short, I send a wing cut, and then the wing cut is down, corner wide open because the dropper comes off that corner. Then you can dot that. As you can see, crisp, really clean passes on that 92 pass accuracy. And I mean, like, the accuracy is going to be great on them. It's not going to be bad catches very often as well. In case you're wondering, in these clips, I'm running none for the pass style. I really recommend that, to be honest with you guys. I think the load ups that come with different pass styles, while you will see them look really good, and weird layup right there as well, by the way. This is just a kind of mixtape cut up, so to say, of a lot of different clips you're going to see. But there will be mostly passes. But I just wanted to explain, though, on some of the good passes you will see, quote unquote, from the ones that are packages between LaMelo Ball or LeBron or anything like that, the thing is that the good ones look good, but the bad ones look extremely bad. With none on, there aren't very many bad ones, to be honest. I think they all look really, really solid. It's not very much discrepancy between them. As you can see, this is still going to be 92 pass accuracy. It's when I originally made the build. Those clips that you saw in the one right before that, this little transition we did right here, is most recent. This right here is from like season 4, season 5, something like that, when I originally made the build. And I gotta say, I actually do love this build, bro. The 92 pass ac, it's still got 93 driving dunk, actually 94 for that matter, I believe, and then 89 three-pointer too. The defense is doable off the fact that it's 6'9", so it has challenger, interceptor, all that stuff as far as the defensive badges. Plus, with this new season 6 core badge pattern, I actually plan to run the double play, one shooting and one finishing on this, and not do any defense. And I think this is going to be a fire build for Comp Pro-Am as far as the 5-out stuff goes as well. But as you can see, hitting these snatchbacks, 89 three-pointer, it's very doable. I was running a variety of different jump shots between these all like clips and stuff like that, but majority of these clips are going to be passes. Obviously, we do still though have the power of that dunk meter. I mean, it goes hard, bro. Like, this build can actually do a lot. Anyway, we're gonna skip through the majority of that cut up because a lot of it is just kind of highlights and stuff. This one right here though, check this out. So we're doing a lot of stuff between the Westbrook into the Euro, all types of stuff like that. What you're going to see with this one, again, Westbrook into Euro, into bailout icon on the wing, crisp, clean pass with not very much bailout either. I think the highest I've ever ran on this build is bronze. And when I get the double playmaking core, I will be able to run gold bailout as well. That's what I plan to do for that matter. But again, I really do think this 92 pass act can make up for other things like that too. I even made a video early in the year talking about how I was playing against opponents that didn't even run bailout, and they had like high pass accuracy and stuff like that too, and they're able to make the clean passes with no badge. And that's something worth discussing, is whether you can make those passes or not, obviously with a high pass accuracy but no bailout. Now, this right here is going to be at 85, all right? So you're going to see a display of clips, and albeit gameplay could have changed by now, but this is me using my available resources of like videos and stuff like that as far as breaking this down for you guys. So you can see crisp little load up right there. This is what I was talking about too. I'm willing to bet this is like, you know, this is season 1 gameplay, to be with you guys, so I'm willing to bet this is probably LaMelo Ball with this overhead kind of load up pass style, where the load up itself takes a lot of time, but you can see the zip of the pass is actually really, really crisp and fast. So my recommendation as far as that stuff goes, though, at the end of the day, like I said, you really get trolled by these pass styles a whole lot more than you really do benefit from them. So I recommend to still run none. While these do look cool and they really can make elite passes as well that can't really be touched with none, I don't like the ones that get really bad, to be real with you. And as you can see, like, get standard little passes like this with the 85 pass ac, it doesn't look that much different than 75 would, to be real with you. I think a lot of this stands out a little bit more on like cross-court passes like these, where it's all the way from like opposite corner or opposite wing to the, you know, again, opposite corner, opposite wing. Wherever you're at on the opposite side of the court, I think it's actually very capable of making passes like this, not to mention down the court like this. Now, as you can see, this was still a contest, and you know, that's worth mentioning, is just the fact that it's not going to be a lifesaver. It's not going to get there every single time untouched or anything like that, but you can see they're really crisp, they're really clean, and I do think there is levels to this stuff between 85, 92, and 80 and stuff like that. And the truth with this stuff is the higher the pass accuracy, the faster your passes will go and the more accurate they will be. Like this one right here, you can see I throw an outlet to this guy on the break. It's a little bit of an inaccurate pass. He gets the standing dunk to go, however, but this is 85 pass ac. I'm willing to bet 92 puts us on the dot more often than 85, obviously, and I'm definitely willing to bet that. Now, the reason for that I believe is, let's talk about this because it gets a little bit more intricate than this. I don't throw it instantly, right? It's a little bit late as far as the pass goes, and he's streaking. He's getting down court. The game is a little bit smarter than to just keep on leading him all the way out of bounds to the baseline. So my thing is, 92 pass ac can definitely speed that up and get it there quicker, and it's possible that it doesn't give this animation. I believe, personally, the game gave this animation on purpose to make sure it didn't go out of bounds or anything like that. Because you guys remember back in the day, like 2K, I would say 14 all the way through like 20, if you guys are familiar, maybe even 19, I should say. You would get passes that lead all the way out of bounds on the baseline. People get so irritated with throwing full courts, it just didn't work like that. Now, albeit, I don't know if break starter was a thing until like probably 19, 20, something like that, maybe even 18, but either way, you guys get my concept and what I'm talking about here. I think if the pass accuracy was higher, it would put it on the dot and in this little spot right here, right on the baseline, rather than the game realizing that it's going to go out of bounds if it let it that far, just because it's 85 and it's a 7-point difference, and that can go a decent way. This one we're going to attack a little bit with them season 1 SIGs that I had, the Zach LaVine behind the back. As you can see, a little pass back out to the wing, able to get that to go. You know, it's weird to see gameplay from this early on in the year. You can see these boys, I was playing with randoms too, and they were actually like feeding me the ball. It was so fire back in this time when I was so content with playing with randoms and stuff like that. I actually do miss it a little bit too. I think the thing is that everybody's so automatic now, so my offensive rebounding, I can't have as much fun with it on this type of build. As you can see, like the drive and kick into O-board, into still looking to kick out and stuff like that as well. And then like I'm still down here crashing once again. We're able to get it again. I pass out to a wide open corner. This one killed me. Bro didn't shoot the wide open stuff, and I'm trying to get out of the paint off the offensive three because I was still trying to stay down for the rebound. But that's what I'm saying. It's not as much potential to do stuff like that. People just hit their wide opens now, and it's not as easy and fun to be able to utilize something like that. But anyway, we're going into the paint, hitting this little hop to make this defender jump, dump it down to the big man, get him to go. I mean, no, that's type of stuff you don't need pass accuracy for. Let's be real. Like the closer the pass, the less you need pass accuracy. It's about as simple as that. But little cross quarters like this, you can see the difference. You can feel the difference, man. I mean, those are the big ones. All right, so here, let's go over to my 92 pass ac build and just do some stuff for testing and theory and whatnot. So as you can see, this is going to have a pretty good widespread of badge counts between like still having enough defense for challenger and interceptor. If you get one of the defensive cores, you can still run clamps, etc., etc. I think this is actually a pretty decent and doable level of perimeter defense, if you ask me. And being 6'9", I don't think you're gonna have struggles like guarding the interior with hands up as long as you're in good position. Then obviously we don't really contribute to rebounds, but it is what it is. And then as you can see, 92 pass ac. It also gives pretty good badge count if you like take all things into consideration. So let's just go ahead and make this example, right? So as you can see, there's not a heavy influence toward the top right here. Like between 86 pass ac all the way, or even 85 for that matter, all the way up to 92 is only 2 badge points. So let's keep that in mind a little bit. However, if you want to talk about the difference between like, let's say 76 to 92, it is a pretty big investment. As you can see, 76 pass ac all the way up to 92 is going to give you a difference of 95 overall all the way up to literally 99. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. However, obviously, like I said, it's 25 playmaking badges down to 20, so that's 5 right there. And let's talk about what you get back into this build for doing that. Let's try and get this build like maybe 86 perimeter defense, get the gold clamps or gold challenger, I should say, silver clamps and silver interceptor. I went ahead and upgraded the speed by 1, actually upped the perimeter D 2 more to get the defense up to 10 for the badge count and stuff like that too. Upgraded the mid-range to 81 to get Hoff Mini Magician and 24 like shooting badge points as well. Close shot up to 85 and you get gold fast twitch, all that stuff, a ton more finishing badges too. I mean, let's be real. It is a tough investment to actually advocate for this 92 pass ac. That's the problem. Some people don't see the value in it, right? And maybe we could just round it off to 78 just for badge point and silver bill out. Boom, there you go. And obviously, like I said, some people believe in the difference between 75 and 76 is huge. Some people believe 78 the threshold. Some people think 79 is the threshold. The truth is, they just settle for whatever badge point threshold there is. Like, for instance, the 6'9s believe in 78. The small guards believe in 79. It's the stupid stuff that just is so placebo effect because they just believe, oh, this is the threshold right here because that's what I decided on my build and I think it's really good compared to 75, when really it's just the fact that it's 4 higher. I mean, like it's not hard to comprehend. But anyway, I really do think the 78 is doable. I think the 79 is doable. I think the 80 is doable. But if you want to be an elite passer that's consistently passing the ball, maybe you want to invest in the needle threader because you believe in it. Personally, I think needle threader is a little bit of a placebo, but it does still obviously help here and there with your passes not getting tipped. You will get laned still, I will say that much. I've seen it firsthand with Hoff needle threader. It's actually what I made the 92 pass act build for that matter. But other things to go into account with it as well. As you can see, the badges that are correlated with pass accuracy, there are a good bit of them. I mean, you got needle threader, bailout, floor general, dimer, break starter, post playmaker, and special delivery. The problem is some of these are the worst playmaking badges in the game, between special delivery, post playmaker, depending on your play style, break starter potentially. And for point guards, you don't really want to be the guy that's using floor general, if you ask me. I think this is more of a center thing to run, or like a lockdown. So really the main components come down to dimer, bailout, needle threader. That's at least my take on it. Obviously, you could be someone who maybe is a big man that has 86 pass ac, and that's what you're investing for, is the Hoff break starter, obviously, right? And that actually does go a super long way too for the bigs, if you're wondering what you want to invest in for your pass accuracy. 76 and 86, those are your big thresholds that you want to hit. The gold break starter 76 pass ac can still make those full quarters every now and then, but it is very nice to have that 86 investment with the Hoff break starter. So again, just wanted to recap one last time that I do believe 92 and 85 and all those high threshold pass accuracies and stuff like that are still very, very nice to have. But are they necessary? No. Are they nice to have if that fits your style? Absolutely. So do whatever you would please as far as your builds go. Just keep in mind, like I said, it's a pretty heavy investment when it comes to your build to be able to put like things like 92 pass ac in. I mean, like I said, that's the difference between almost 9 perimeter D. We got like 1 more speed as well. We ended up taking the mid-range all the way up from 74 to 81, took the close shot all the way up from like 60 to 85 as well. It's a pretty heavy investment, I mean, just for you to take down your pass ac. So if you plan to play like a 2-guard, like let's say for instance I made this build to play 5 out but on the wing, and maybe if you did that you invest more into like 92 3-pointer. Maybe you just take your mid-range down, boom, blah blah yada yada, put the 3-pointer up to 92, maybe you go with like a 92 dunk, 92 3 build, something like that. And then you end up with, actually, let's go ahead and just make this assessment right here, because I actually have the build on deck. So it'll be something like this, where you would maybe make a 92 dunk, 92 3-pointer with still 81 mid-range. As you can see, you got good close shot, 85 investment on that. You got the 80 driving lay, 92 dunk, 75 standing dunk. It's the same exact prim D, same exact steal I was just talking about. It's just, as you can see, I mean, it's 82 pass accuracy instead of 92. And that's the type of things that we get out of this investment of taking your pass accuracy down by 10. You get things like mid-range a little bit higher. You get things like close shot quite a bit higher as well. And you're just a more viable badge count spread between 20, 25, and still 22. It's not 25 or 26 or anything like that, but it is still a pretty decent count, and then obviously our defense stays pretty much the same. But when you dumb it down to that, and you literally just be like, well, 10 pass accuracy versus having mid-range and close shot, I think pass accuracy is more worth. And I would agree. I actually do think it's worth if you plan to play like a point guard. Plan to play like a 2-guard, you probably want something between 75 to more likely 80 pass accuracy. I just did this for the badge count and to be a little bit more comfortable with maybe doing this. This build was going to be more intended to play more like a 2-guard and like comp pro-am 5-out or something like that, where you could be a wing spot up and still be a second 5-out guy, where you still have 92 dunk and you still have the ability to get elite contacts, but you still got the gold limitless and you still have things that are necessary as far as like defensive ability and obviously playmaking as well. So anyway, that's all for the video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try to run 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put pass or put 92 in the comments. Show support me all the way through. And stay tuned for that 92 pass ac build. I will be hitting the comp pro-am streets with that a little bit pretty soon here. And we're hoping to get like rekindled into the 5-out style. You guys know me. I don't like to keep things stale with the content. I was going to be backing that pick and roll style pretty heavily. As a lot of you guys know, that we kind of got boxed up a little bit by Joe's team. So a little adjustment here and there just to see how the 5-out's feeling again. So we're going to give it a try, and it's going to be more feasible to put all the pieces together lineup-wise. Like if AK's missing, it's easier to play without him in the 5-out style because that puts me in a more ball handler-centric sort of style. Obviously, if it's pick and roll, I need pretty competent point guards to play with, and it's going to be a little bit tougher. So ideally, 5-out set is really the way to just make things work for me, and I can put all the pieces around and stuff like that. So we'll see. Just stay tuned for that 92 pass ac build. It's what I plan to actually run the 5-out with, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to put some pretty competent wings, some pretty competent shooters in the corner as well, and looking forward to just dotting stuff up, man. But anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and take these, man. Peace.